Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today my presentation is on data driven instruction in English language teaching. It is very much important and latest innovation in the teaching field. While we are teaching, we are not aware about the problems faced by the students and teachers in a specific area. We will discuss all the things and let us start. We will discuss here the resource allocation and support for teaching, professional development opportunities, technical support and infrastructure, work-life balance for faculty members, effective communication channels, recognition of teaching excellence, curriculum development and revision, support for innovative teaching methods. Let us discuss one by one. First is types of data in English language teaching. In English language teaching, there are several types of data we can utilize. Performance data, which includes test scores, assignments, and participation records of the students. Behavioral data, which covers attendance, engagement levels, and classroom behaviors. While that is related to the feedback data, it consists of surveys, peer review, and self-assessment. Sources of data. To gather this data, we can rely on multiple sources. Some of them are here discussed, like language learning apps, software, tools like Duolingo and Rosetta Stone provide detailed performance metrics. These are the software which provide the performance metrics, is how the students, the learners and the teachers are performing. While the classroom assessment and observations, these are the traditional methods, remain valuable for collecting first-hand data. Data collection methods, we have various methods for collecting data, like digital tools and platforms. We use online quizzes, digital assignments, and automated tracking tools. Traditional methods administer tests, quizzes, and collect assignments manually. Informal assessments and observations, these are related to note student behavior and engagement during class activities. Under this technique of data collection, we make a worksheet and we tick the behavioral engagement of the class through their activity. Case study analysis. Let's consider a real world example. A teacher collects data on student performance over a semester. while in the whole semester teacher is teaching, and the output are the examination would provide all the learning performance data of the student, and then teacher through the analysis of that data, the teacher identifies that students struggle with grammar more than vocabulary. Consequently, the teacher decides to allocate more class time to grammar exercises and provides additional resources to support students in this area. If teacher feels that student is having shortcomings in vocabulary or any other segment related to English learning, then he would focus on that segment of the English language teaching. Next is the personalized learning plans. Using insights from data analysis, as the teachers, the instructors get the data through surveys, through personal observations, or through the total activity analysis of the whole semester, we can develop personalized learning plans, set individualized learning goals based on each student's needs. We see, we analyze, we evaluate the needs of a student and then plan according to those needs. We set the aim, the goals of the learning, and then we start giving the instruction. Then the next is the how to design the personalized activities, such as targeted grammar exercises for students who need extra practices, or any other activities related to vocabulary or composition writing. Next is the adaptive learning technologies. Adaptive learning technologies are powerful tools in data-driven instructions, as we are aware about the shortcomings, drawbacks of the existing teaching methodology. Through the data-driven instructions, we adopt learning technologies. These systems adjust content and difficulty based on students' performance. For example, an adaptive learning app might offer easier exercises if a student is struggling, or more challenging ones if they are excelling. Next is the differentiated instruction. Differentiated instructions involves tailoring teaching strategies to meet diverse students' needs. If there are diverse needs of the students, and the teacher, the instructor is bound to tailor the teaching strategies according to the requirement of the student. Group students based on data insights. Instructor create groups for collaborative activities where students can learn from each other. And the teacher instructor use varied instructional methods. He combines visual, auditory, and kinesthetic learning activities to enhance the output of the learning. Next are the steps to implementation, how we can implement the data-driven instructions. Implementing data-driven instructions involves several steps. Number one is collect and organize data. Under this, the instructor gather performance, behavioral, and feedback data systematically. Then analyze the data to identify the needs of the learners. Look for trends and areas where students need more support, more technology assistance. Then the instructor plan and execute tailored instruction. Develop and implement strategies based on data insights. Next is the challenges and solutions. While data-driven instruction offers many benefits, it also presents challenges. There are some problems, there are some shortcomings, there are some drawbacks which are related to this. data privacy is concerned, and the instructor must ensure compliance with data protection regulations and maintain students' confidentiality. Data overload. Focus on the most relevant data to avoid becoming overwhelmed. And then is the solution. Use automated tools to streamline data collection and analysis processes and prioritize actionable insights. Next is the teacher's collaboration and professional development. Collaboration among teachers is crucial and the need of the day for effective data-driven instruction, under which they share data insights and best practices with the colleagues, and the best instructions methods are followed. Next is the engagement of the teachers in professional development opportunities so that they may enhance data literacy and analytical skills according to the data-driven instructions. Next is continuous monitoring, which is the requirement of any process which is implemented. Ongoing monitoring is essential to maintain the effectiveness of data-driven instruction. An instructor must use technologies and techniques like formative assessment and real-time data collection to track students' progress continuously, adjust instruction based on current data to address emerging need promptly. Next is the evaluating outcomes. Regularly evaluate the outcomes of the data. Driven instructions assess the impact on student learning through summative assessments and performance matrices. While the teacher has got the data and he analyzed and assessed the data on the performance of the student, then he used that data to implement the instruction method accordingly. And next is to use evaluation tools like rubrics and standardized tests to measure effectiveness. Reflective practices, self-reflection. Teachers should regularly reflect on their instructional strategies and their effectiveness. Peer feedback. Engage in peer observation and discussions to gain new perspectives and ideas for improvement. Let us discuss the summary of key points. Data-driven instructions involves collecting and analyzing data to tailor teaching strategies to individual students' needs. This approach enhances personalized learning, adaptive instructions, and continuous improvement in English language teaching. Key takeaways include understanding the types of data, use analytics tools, and implementing personalized and adaptive learning strategies. Thank you very much for listening my presentation.